You want an intro? You want an intro? No intro today, because nobody's here to make me. Fuck you, Zach. Roll it!
It's evil! Don't touch it!
It's alive!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you. Tower of Christ.
This is Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Boom. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. Todd is at the helm and he has not told us at all what our story is about today. But I will say I just got back from the Ham City Jam. Wait, sorry. How are you guys doing? Before I just started going off.
No, tell me about the Ham City Jam, man.
It was.
We'll get into that part later. Tell us about the Ham City Jam.
It was fun. It was all right. I got to hang out with JD for a bit. Gave the deck to Dino. Sorry, board. They call them boards now. I got to get back in the new lingo. I still call it a deck. They call them boards.
It's a deck.
That's what I thought.
You like my deck?
But I go up, just like standing there, and Dino's up on this lift. Well, he comes down, and he's like a fucking rock star at this place, man. As soon as he comes down, like he's getting flooded by people wanting to talk or ask this, and he sees me, he's like, "Dude, what's up?" I'm like, "All right, man." And I come over, and he's like, "Let's get a picture." He's like, "Keep that board, because I don't want to forget. I want to talk to you in a bit." I was like, "All right, man." And JD's like, "You can take the boys out of Beecher, but you can't take the Beecher out of the boys, can you?" I was like, "No, you can't." We grew up in the same town, dude. So it got to the point, it was just like, he comes down off the lift, and I'm like, "Dude, I got to get home because I got to record, and I'm sweaty, and I want to get cleaned up." And I was just like, fuck it. I just walked over to the tent, and the lady's just like, "I don't know where the fuck he's at. Actually, the monster people just brought all these drinks over here. I don't know what the fuck to do with them either." I'm just like, he's running his ass off all around. I was just like, whatever. Just, this is the giveaway. And she goes, "Oh, so this is the giveaway?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, what's your name?" I was like, "It's Spar." She goes, "Spar." Just show him the deck. He'll know who it's from. It's fine. So I barely got to talk to him, but I did get to talk to JD for quite a bit. Silhouetting in the sun like a Tijuana whore.
Which I told you earlier when we spoke. That's kind of a turn on for me, because I'm all about that. I'm more of a fan of Nogales than I am Tijuana, but the Nogales chicks are a little cheaper.
I've not had any experience. I know in Punta Cana,
hold on.
there, I did get propositioned by a pimp.
I should throw this in. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, I walk into a bathroom at this place we were staying, and this dude goes, "You like the girls?" And I'm like, "It's a dude in a bathroom. Fuck yeah, I like girls. What do you want here?" I don't. He was like, "No, you like girls." I was like, "I don't think my wife would appreciate it." He was, "Oh, okay. You like smoke?" "Very much." "Yes, I do." Now we're talking.
And that's why Matt doesn't want to leave Illinois.
It's the only good thing.
Taxes suck, but man, I can smoke weed.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Well, see, that's the thing, though. You can't talk about skate parks today, because skate parks, from the time that there have been skate parks, there was always a skunky smell in the air. Ever since I was a kid, that suicidal tendencies and skunk smoke. All the time.
It'll always be ass and weed.
Skating and smoking and drinking. Yeah.
Oh.
It hurts less when you fall.
Relax, buddy.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for Dino to get back a hold of me, because I know his ass is going to be busy as hell. And then by the time everything's done, It's all shut down. I bet he's going to be like on social media, just posting the fuck out of shit all night tonight. So I'll talk to him later. I was like, send me a pic so I can post it that we, but he'll probably do it anyway. So, but no, it was fun. There wasn't the turnout was actually really good, but there happened to be a jam going on in Chicago too that had a bunch of pros at it, and a bunch of the dudes from Champaign that normally come down to hit this went to that one. So it was like just I don't know, a timing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's all good.
It was still great.
At least he does it.
He's not going to stop until that skate park's done, and then he'll probably focus on another town.
Yeah. Well, folks, if you remember back to one of my weird facts thing, I had brought up about the Ghost Club being the longest and still running paranormal activity club in the world, and that the story I used to relate to it was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of the Sherlock Holmes books, and Harry Houdini were very, very good friends, and that he had invited Harry over for dinner, and they tried to do a seance, and Doyle's wife tried to summon Harry's dead mom, and whoop, that was the end of it. Harry and Arthur Conan Doyle were no longer friends after that.
Don't you fucking bullshit me, man. And don't talk about my mom.
Don't talk about my mom.
Fuck loose.
So I just have a quick this will be a quick episode, folks, in and out, but a little bit of a history about the Ghost Club. And so
I like every bit of the Ghost Club. I like the name even. It sounds like something I would have started when I was in, I don't know, grade school or something.
So the Ghost Club is a paranormal investigation and research organization founded in London in 1862. It is believed to be the oldest such organization in the world. Though its history has not been absolutely continuous, the club still, to this day, investigates mainly ghosts and hauntings, and still meets regularly, quarterly, at a pub to have drinks and do their thing.
Well, yeah, that's what you would do. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you would talk about the past ones, and it's like, damn, the camera wasn't working when this happened, and I heard this, but it didn't pick up. Yeah, we get those. My fish was bigger than your fish,
Wait. We're talking about ghost stories, Matt, not fish stories.
Yeah, I know, but that's probably how it goes.
So the club has its roots.
Check out this picture, please, bitch. That ain't shit. Look at this one.
I know what you were holding it way forward, and you were standing way back.
Yes, I was, because I'm very smart.
So the club has its roots in Cambridge, beginning roughly in 1855, where some fellas at Trinity College began to discuss ghosts and psychic phenomena. It was launched officially in London in 1862. Charles Dickens was actually one of its most prominent members. And
I'm sorry. I believe Shmeeves told you that it's Chuck Dick from now on.
Okay, you are correct. Chuck Dick.
There we go. I still can hear Dickens and be like,
You need some Dickens inside you?
Dickens hard cider.
Yeah, baby. So one of the club's earliest investigations was of the Davenport brothers and their spirit cabinet hoax. The club challenging the Davenport's claim of contacting the dead. The group continued to undertake practical investigations of spiritualist phenomena, a topic that was in that time very vogue and trending. Meeting to discuss ghostly subjects. The Ghost Club dissolved in the 1870s following the death of Chuck Dickens. He was kind of a primary figurehead running it
Kind of
during that
funding
time.
it. I bet funding it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the club was revived on All Saints Day in 1882 by a medium, Stanton Moses, and Alaric Alfred Watts, initially claiming to be the original founders without acknowledging any of its true origins.
There's always been dicks. There'll always be dicks.
In 1882, the Society for Psychical Research, the SPR, with whom there was an initial overlap between the two groups, was founded at the similar time. While the SPR was a body devoted to more of the scientific study, the Ghost Club remained a selective and somewhat secretive organization of convinced believers for whom psychic phenomenon was an established fact. Moses resigned from the presidency, the vice presidency of the SPR in 1886 and devoted himself wholly to the Ghost Club after that. Membership at that time was a small 82 members.
That's not small. That's not bad at all.
Over the course of the next 54 years. And women during this time were not allowed. But during this period, it attracted some.
Are they too frail to deal with it? What?
Well, dude, it's late 1800s going into the early 1900s.
It's an excuse for me to go out with my boys and drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stay home.
The one thing about drinking club is
we don't talk
about drinking club.
We actually name it Ghost Club because was you at a haunted house? I don't know if it's haunted or not. There was a lot of spirits, if you know what I mean.
So during this time period, the Ghost Club attracted some of the most original and controversial minds in psychical research. These included Sir William Crookes, Sir Oliver Lodge, Nandor Fodor, and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The archives of the club reveal that the names of members, both living and dead, were solemnly recited each November 2nd. Each individual, living or dead, was recognized as a member of the club, and on one or more occasions, deceased members were believed to have made their presence felt.
See, November 2nd is something other than my brother's birthday, I don't remember what it's called, but it does have a name.
I don't know what it is because, All Hallows Eve is the 31st.
Right.
All Saints Day is the 1st of November. And then the 2nd is something, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't remember what it. Yeah, I know it means something. I know there is a name for it. I just don't know. Lindy is on this shit right now.
It means something.
We're 2 days into November. That's what it means. Uh-oh, she's got a perplexed look on her face.
Deviled Egg Day.
Devil.
Go figure.
I don't know if I sent that picture to you guys, but I certainly sent it to my family because I was like, my first time making deviled eggs in that picture where they'd made deviled eggs and put it into a shape of a pentagram. Put ketchup on top of it. So it was like, did I do good? These are my deviled eggs.
It's the Day of the Dead?
Okay. Is that
Dios de la Muerta?
That's okay. That might be what it is. Yeah, that might be the Mexican Day of the Dead. There we go. Okay, I knew it was something. I couldn't remember.
It is the first Saturday in November. So.
Well, anyways,
it will fall on the 2nd sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought there was something more. I thought there was something more to it, but
just Deviled Egg Day.
Deviled Egg Day works for me.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Put some paprika on that motherfucker.
Hey, speaking of which, just want to say this right now. Nobody has sent any Sasquatch nudes. I'm very upset about this. We've been doing this.
We are waiting anxiously waiting.
But now I'm going to up it. I want to see nudes of you and your deviled eggs.
Oh, Snapple.
That'd be great. Here's my deviled eggs. And I'm Nick. Here's my hog and my deviled eggs.
Hey, equal opportunity. It's
Deviled
2024.
eggs and boobies. Whatever.
So some other people who were also involved with this were the poet W.B. Yeats. He joined in 1911. And Frederick Bly Bond, who joined in 1925. They both became infamous with their investigations into spiritualism at Glastonbury, where they may or may not have brushed elbows with the Hellfire Club.
Ooh, cool.
Bly Bond later left the country and became active in the American Society for Psychical Research, and he was ordained into the Old Catholic Church and rejoined the Ghost Club on his return to Britain in 1935.
The Old Catholic Church, the amount of information that they have, I would love. Well, some of it would probably be pretty painful, but I would love to know what all they've got. Just
inquiring minds want to know, Pope.
Yes. Please release it. If I'm president, that's one of the first things I'm doing. There's no possible way that I will be, because there will be a background check and everybody will be like, you did what?
Well, that is some of the background. It's not okay. It hasn't been proven as a fact, but that's one of the reasons that they think Bond became basically a padre in the Catholic Church, was so that he could work his way into gaining access to the archives, or at least some of the old church libraries.
That's going to be a long con, but damn, would it be worth it if you got in there to find. It was like even when they done like the Dead Sea Scrolls, they split everybody up. You get to read this part, but you can't talk to this person who's translating the other part, and they can't talk to this part. You get to know this tiny little bit, and that's it. But we'll know it all, and then we're going to hide it from the rest of the world and pretend like we're a family.
We are family. I got my Dead Scrolls, and you can't see.
That's true. That's true. They do.
All right,
it's like the end of Indiana Jones when they're fucking hiding the Ark of the Covenant. It's just a gigantic warehouse full of all this shit. It's like, I know it exists, and Todd knows something about it, but he's not allowed to tell us. No. That's a different warehouse Todd knows stuff about. Those are metal crates, not wooden ones.
And this is the moment where my mic cuts out and I say a bunch of stuff, and then it comes back on, and then that's when you hear me say, and that's all I have to say about that.
Nailed it.
All right, so in the 20th century, the Ghost Club kind of moved from the seance room investigation type of thing to a more laboratory-based research, which meant that the Ghost Club fell out of touch with contemporary psychic research. I'm going to name you a name.
Gonna go Ghostbusters now.
Harry Price, famous for his investigation into the Borley Rectory.
I remember Zach talking about that. I was like, this fucking con artist bastard.
He joined the Ghost Club as a member in 1927. As did famous psychologist Nandor Fedor, who represented the changing approach to psychical research taking place.
That name sounds familiar, and I don't know why.
He's kind of a more lesser known, but he was a big component and opponent of Sigmund Freud. Oh,
okay. Okay.
So, with attendance falling, the club actually closed again in 1936 after 485 meetings. The Ghost Club records were deposited into the British Museum under the provisions that they would remain closed until 1962 out of respect for confidentiality of the people who were actually members.
I wonder why they cared.
Well, like I said, man, you had famous poets, authors.
Oh, I see.
All kinds
Okay.
of so I'll read you a list of names later. Okay.
Okay.
So within 18 months after, 1936, 18 months later, Harry Price relaunched the Ghost Club as a society dining event where psychic researchers and mediums delivered after-dinner talks. Price decided to admit women to the club, the only good thing that motherfucker ever did. Also specifying that it was not a spiritualist church or association, but a group of skeptics that gathered to discuss paranormal topics. Members in this period included C.E.M. Joad, Sir Julian Huxley, Algernon Blackwood, Sir Osbert Sitwell, and Lord Amwell. So literally dukes and
pretty highbrow titles.
Highbrow titles for England.
And plus, I mean, in this day, at the age I am now, I would join a ghost club and wouldn't care if there was girls in it. But when I was like younger and like single, I would not join a ghost club unless there was girls in it, because I've been like, what are we doing? Why is this even fun? Stupid. I don't like it.
So I will now just go through a list of notable members, and I'm not going to add any background. I'm just going to tell you names, and if you know who they are, you know who they are, and if you don't, re-listen slowly, pause, and Google them.
Right on.
So, number one right off the bat, in honor of Schmeebs, Chuck Dick.
Chuck Dick.
Charles Babbage, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle,
yes,
Algernon Blackwood, Robert Aikman, Sir William Crooks, Air Chief Marshal Lord Dowding.
He sounds like an asshole.
Arthur Kostler, C.E.M. Joad.
Chode? What? No, hang on. No, his last name was Chode?
No, it's the ghost of Tom Joad. Donald Campbell, Sir Julian Huxley, Sir Osbert Sitwell, W.B. Yeats, Siegfried Sassoon, Dennis Wheatley, Peter Cushing, Peter Underwood.
Are you making shit up now?
No. Maurice Gross, who was the initial investigator of the Enfield poltergeist.
I know Maurice. He's a space cowboy.
Yeah, but some call me the gangster of Wub Wub Wub. Colonel John Blashford Snell, the Reverend Lionel Fanthorpe, Len Pickett, Colin Wilson, Jeff Holder, Syrian O'Keefe, and Leo Rookby.
Okay,
I tried to space these so you could pause. But when you start Googling who these people are,
they're all important.
In British society, these are how should we say power players?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, all right. So like our Brit listeners would be like, boom, know that. Yeah, I know that one. They'd be like, you dumb fucking Americans.
So these are some of the notable investigations that the Ghost Club actually has documentation and investigations on.
Okay.
The Borley Church, Chingle Hall, the Queen's House, RAF Cosford Aerospace Museum, Glamis Castle, the Winchester Theater.
Ooh. Oh, I thought you could see the Winchester Mansion.
The Ancient Ram Inn in Watton-under-Edge, Woodchester Mansion.
Wait. There's a place called the Ram Inn.
The ancient Ram Inn.
Do they rent rooms by the hour? Sounds like they should.
I can neither concur.
No, baby, I picked out a sweet little place for us to go.
The Bologna Castle, the Ham House.
You are
New
making
Lanark,
up shit now.
Cole House Fort, the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall.
Oh, okay.
Alloa Tower, the Scotland Street School Museum, the Mickleham Priory, Culross Palace, and Clerkenwell House of Detention. Now, if anybody wants to do the Clerkenhouse or the Clerkenwell House of Detention is one we haven't touched or gotten to, but I think might be coming up soon, maybe later this year, because that one piqued my interest because, you know, houses of detention are always playgrounds for psychopaths.
Yeah, because there's nothing but misery going on there. It's like when the Black Monk, when we done the Black Monk, I was thinking that was going to pop up on this, but maybe that was later on to where this wasn't going on at that time.
I just went with high profile stuff, just, you know, basic information here. So to this day in 2024, the Ghost Club still meets.
We certainly do. Every Tuesday.
They meet up at a pub. They have dinner and drinks. They talk. They converse. There is still an active research arm of actual scientists who donate their time and labs and things of that nature for, you know, to examine things and do all that. And there are still people that are active members of the club who do active investigations. And
I would absolutely love it because I know that Alton, Illinois, if you watch videos online, it's one of the most haunted cities in the world. Whatever. There is a house there that's supposed to be haunted. There's other places that are supposed to be haunted. And they'll give you a tour of it. And actually, you can stay the night in that house if you pay. Like Zach and I and his wife, another buddy and his wife. My wife was just like, nope.
Good for you, Jen. Good for you,
I'm not
Jen.
going. No, I'm not going. I don't even want you going. You might bring something home. No, we went up to that place today. I forget what they charged us. It wasn't expensive or anything, but we all had like cameras and microphones and stuff and walked around doing an investigation. It was fun. And we got, while we were in there,
seen videos of that.
Yeah, while we were in there, not much. I mean, me and not Zach, my other buddy, won't say his name because I didn't ask, did hear something, and it did come through on the camera because we showed the owner when he was leaving. He's like, I've never even heard that. I was like, yeah, something. So me and Zach get back to his house, and we just freaking set the projector up because, you know, he loves a projector. And these big old speakers, we're sitting out in the garage, just fucking listening to it. And he was like, did you hear that? I'm like, yeah, but not at the time. I was like, no, okay.
Speaking of that,
something to it.
I have a funny story.
Okay.
So when they were living in Mansfield,
yes, that's where it was at. Yeah.
Zach and his projector, he loved to sit out in the driveway and throw a movie on.
Yeah,
on the garage door.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so I was in town visiting and decided to do it one night. And Beth, out of nowhere, I mean, it was just somewhat very uncharacteristic of her to just drop this on me and Zach because she knows it's always Empire with us. Right. I'm in town. We're watching Empire.
Yep.
So it's like, hey, let's throw some chairs out, watch a movie outside tonight. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And Beth just turns around and goes, I'm picking the movie.
Ooh.
We were like, okay. She goes, because I'm not going to sit outside in my driveway and have you guys put some movie on where, you know, where there's a bunch of girls running around with their boobies out. And we were just like, okay, whatever. So Beth picks the movie. I do believe it was Peter, the guy that did Lord of the Rings. What's his last name?
Oh.
It's the movie he did. Is it Dead Again?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Dead Again.
Yes.
All right.
So, if you remember that movie at all, later towards the end, when the mom is becoming the big monster and she kind of busts out of the house, what happens?
Her boobies are out.
It's this big, monstrous, evil booby woman. And me and Zach just turn around waiting for it and look at Beth, and she's like, I don't want to hear it. I love you, Beth. I love you dearly with all my heart. You are one of the few women in this world I respect, but that is my one moment. That is my one moment of, really, Beth? Really?
No, it was,
we could have been watching Empire, but no.
No, now we got giant booby woman attacking the town. I was taking off to head up to Zach's because he was playing a gig in Mansfield. I jump in my truck to take off, and it's raining. And I hit the windshield wipers, and my driver's side wiper just stopped working. Thank God it done it as I was leaving the driveway and not halfway up there. It's like, shit. So I got to get in my Jeep. Well, this is going to be expensive, driving my Jeep all the way to Mansfield. But I'm driving up here, and Beth's just like, oh, you got your Jeep? She's like, I miss my Jeep. I just threw the keys. I'm like, drive that motherfucker if you want to. I was like, I'm going to the show. So I don't care. I trust you. I was like, I know you can drive a manual, so I'm good. It's fine. So you can drive it. I don't care.
She is a Jeep lady.
Yes. Well, she had that. Well, they got one now. They got another one now.
Yeah.
It was like her sister was over that one time, and she had bought one of those new Rubicons or something. And I walked out. I was looking at it. I was like, damn, that thing's pretty cool. And Beth looked at me. She goes, it's not a Jeep. Because that's a truck.
Oh, it's a Gladiator.
Yeah, well, no. It was a Jeep. It was a new 4-door one, and they do not ride like the old school ones. You have to.
No, they don't. Yeah.
No, you have to drive
them. 4 doors.
You have to drive those old school Jeeps. Mine was a '98 with like 33 Mickey Thompsons on it and 4-inch lift. And if it snowed and no one had drove through it, I could do 60. One vehicle's been down that road. I'm doing about 15 miles an hour, and I'm doing this shit because it's fucking going everywhere.
Yeah.
I have a few of those too.
You stop by somewhere at the gas station. Well, I bet you got no problem getting down the road. You'd be surprised. It's a bit of an ordeal.
As long as it's smooth, I'm good.
That's why I was
okay.
One
pothole, I'm feeling it for 2 miles.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where I was like, I was glad that I left for work at like 3:00 in the morning because if it snowed, nobody had been down the road. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking flying. Damn it, a car went down here. Shit.
Well, folks, it's time to wrap this up because the Todd's got to go run lights at the Electric Powwow Festival again tonight.
Uh-oh, gig?
Yeah, I was there last night and was asked to come back tonight, and I'm definitely going back because this is the first real EDM festival I have ever worked, and I've seen pictures and heard stories, but
they don't do it justice.
Pasties and thongs and fishnets is all I saw last night.
So
I literally sat at the board, pumping lights. I didn't even look at the buttons, man. I had a row of asses. It was bootylicious central.
No, so you're ready to go back to work.
Oh yeah,
that's a good day at the office right there. That's
and I'm hoping that the guy I'm replacing can't make it tomorrow, so I get to go back again. I'm telling you.
I need another day. Can I get another day?
I was there for 6 hours yesterday, and it was over with and done, and I was still just sitting there, and my buddy was like, hey, man, you good? And I'm like, I still see them. I still see them. I see booties. I see live booties, dead booties. I see all the booties.
Are you good? Yeah, but I don't want to stand up because it'll be a little embarrassing. So I'm just, give me a minute.
Hence why I was still sitting. You got that.
It's like when the teacher asks you to go to the chalkboard. No.
The time when I'm happy, I don't have to be a man.
Yeah.
Todd tells me all the time, fuck, you make me happy I'm not a woman.
I had that happen to me in 4th grade. To this day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could call it a crush, but I was deeply infatuated with my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Thompson.
Well, back in the day, you didn't even have it. It wouldn't even. You wouldn't even have to see anything. It would just be like, here I am.
Oh no, she was a tall, lean. I mean, like Sporty Spice, kind of just a little built, but just tall, lean.
Kind of a
and
cunt.
She always wore these like very form-fitting skirts with very nice blouses. I mean, dude, to this day, I'm still
in the spank bank.
If I'm having a hard time finding an erection, Mrs. Thompson does it every time.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
And on that note,
that's
thanks
the
for listening.
But there was a time when it was so hot and the AC wasn't working. She came to school in a pair of shorts and a tank top. And
Todd was very, very happy.
Dude, multiple times she had like dropped stuff and just bent over to pick it up. And then, somewhere in the midst of that, it was my turn to go up to the board, and I was just... And she walks back to my desk, and she's like, it's okay, come on. And I get up, and I'm like, hunched over walking.
No, you tuck it in the waistband, dude.
Dude, she's standing right there. I can't do any of that.
You couldn't do the maneuver?
So, hand on my shoulder, she walks me up. We get to the desk. That's when she actually looks down and she realizes
that you're like the old Chevy saying that you're like a rock.
Just this very kind, reassuring squeeze on my shoulder, and she goes, "It's okay. You just stay up here until it's okay.
Until things calm down."
And I was up there just writing whatever she told me to write. I swear it was fucking all day. I was just at the chalk. I felt like Bart Simpson, fucking just writing shit on the board, writing shit on the board. And finally, man, she was just like, "So are you good now?" And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." She's like, "Okay, you can go sit." And I went and sat down. Dude, she never said a word about it after that. But man,
she was a classy woman.
I carry that as a badge of honor. It's like, she saw my boner.
She was a classy woman, but she probably also was a little bit like fucking flattered, probably. I mean, you know what I mean?
I hope.
Not that I'm bringing this up after this conversation, but I did get to hang out with my buddy Poe a little bit, who's the singer from Coffin Scum. And if you have not heard them, you need to check them out on Facebook because they got a new song. They got a new song that they just released, and it's like I'll say it the way he described it, because he said it was like the Misfits meet White Zombie, which is really fucking close to the music that they play. Yeah, it's nasty. It sounds great. It's so cool. And I got to talk to him for a little bit today. He stopped by, gave me a sticker, got it hanging in the garage. I put it in the garage next to the fucking Pirates of the Promised Land. So, if you haven't heard them, go check them out. And they've got upcoming dates. Their next show that they've got, I'm going to be gone, so I won't be able to make it to, but they will be playing a show that's closer. And I told Poe that I would definitely fucking be there because he's been a metal singer for a long time in a bunch of metal bands. Whenever I was in the scene playing with my band at the time, that wasn't exactly metal because my buddies weren't as much into that. They wanted to play. It was more of a punk rock kind of just do old cover songs and make them heavier. But he was definitely in metal bands the whole time. And then Tim, the guy that plays bass for Coffin Scum, was in another band that we played with. I don't know how many shows. Our bands, it was just back and forth. Whoever got the gig, it was like the other band would open. It's like, oh, you got a gig? Yeah, we'll open. Well, we got this gig. You want to? Yeah. It was just back and forth all the time. So I got mad respect for those guys that are still grinding that shit out.
All right, Lindy Z. Handle the business.
Like, rate, review, listen on Spotify. Helps promote us and get us out there. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. And
give us a giggle.
Okay, Spar, do your thing.
All right, guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. I'm Spar.
Lindy.
I am a meat popsicle.
Later.
Bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
It's evil! Don't touch it!
It's alive!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you. God of Christ.
This is Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
What's my line, Zach? What's my line?